thanks for joining me again. And I thought today I'd do a scene from Rannoch Moor up in Scotland. So this is just raw sienna straight onto a damp 15 by 11 Fabriano. A bit more up there. And I'm going to dip the tips of the hairs in, just to bring all the hairs back together. And then I'm going to go a bit of could actually do with a bit more ultramarine on there. I've actually run out of blue paints. Just put a bit in there like that. And then a bit more blue with the black, with the Payne's grey. Bit more water, just throw a bit of burnt umber into the mix as well. Burnt umber, ultramarine, Payne's grey. I'm bringing this down. I'm just going to try and create a sort of central lit area. You see, I didn't wet that enough, see I'm getting hard edges there. I should have wetted a bit more, but not to worry. A little bit more up there like that. A little bit more blue. Now I'm just wearing now where I'm going to start the mountains. The mountains are going to be somewhere up there, just so I can see the profile of them. I'll just lighten that area. A bit more over here. Quite a high horizon line on this one. Incidentally, if you did see, I did try and do a live broadcast yesterday, but unfortunately the my Wi-Fi is just not fast enough. Just couldn't get a decent picture. It was just stop start. I left the video when I went to look at the video on YouTube, and I had to delete it. I just didn't like it at all. It just wasn't up to standard. So unfortunately, I had to delete it. Now again, I'm using the camera now, but I'm pre-recording it now just to see what the difference is in terms of quality. Right, anyway, now it's time to put these mountains in. So I'm going to start off, take a bit of all the sky colours. And the first one's going up there like that. That's coming down. More like that. The other one just behind him. Up there. One smell like that. And there's a faint one behind there. So it's just slightly lesser tone, that one, so it looks further away. Now this one on the right is a little bit closer, so I'm just going to make this a bit stronger. And a bit more burnt umber, ultramarine. And this one, a bit more ultramarine. See how much darker this is. This wants to be, this land here wants to be a bit stronger because this is a little bit further forward. So I could dry it to make it stronger. But I'm just going to pull this tight again. It's just stretched again a little bit. And I'm just going to give it a quick dry, because that then will go on much better. Doesn't have to be bone dry. As long as it's drier than what's behind it, than these mountains, it will go on stronger. So, a bit of raw sienna, a bit of burnt umber, a bit of ultramarine, just enough water on the brush to keep all the hairs together. And look at the difference. See the difference now between there and there, because I've dried it basically. And you can see just how far away that mountain looks now. We've got this really strong landing. Just going to go raw sienna all over the side. Just water on its own, just to break it up a bit, so I've got lighter edges as well as dark. It's going down there like that. And then we've got water starting about there. So that's that side. And then while that's a few little rocks, not too many, because there's going to be a few more as it comes closer to us. So this is just same colours again, burnt umber, ultramarine. You can see I just lighten that area just so we can get it on dark in front of it, just so it's not one massive dark mass. The more you vary it, the more interesting it'll be. And I'm just sort of dabbing like that, just pressing down on the paper, just to sort of create, looks like rocks or something breaking up, so the paint just doesn't go on in one block. Bit of raw sienna. Umber, ultramarine, it's all the same colours being mixed. The paint's not coming off quite right, just dip the very tips into the water and it will just loosen everything up. So that's going down there like that. Yeah, get me the card and just got to few rocks even there. Right up to the edge. A few more there. Paint will have to be sort of about half dry, otherwise it will just fill straight back in, and obviously if you leave it too long, it'll be too dry then to be able to scrape anything off. So again, just using the same mixes. A few rocks in the water there. Some big rocks right in the middle there. Struggling to get this blue, must get some blue paint today. So a bit of paint's grain to it. And then scrape just a few more rocks here and there. Anything you don't like, just paint straight over it, like that. Bits and bobs just there. just a quick impression of Rannoch Moor up in Scotland. And all I'm going to do then is just little bird up in the sky somewhere. Where should we put him? It's going to have to be a light area so he stands out. So I'm just going to, first I'm just making sure my hand's clean. And I'm just going to pop him. There, just have the one today I think. I know I want. Another one up there. All that's left to do then is pop your name in the corner somewhere out the way. Remember, not right in the very corner though, because if you frame it and mount it, you won't see your signature. No one will know who's painted it. Right, so let's see what that looks like with a mount on. So here's our picture with the mount on, so if we go and have a closer look at it. As usual, started off with the sky, various mixes of raw sienna, ultramarine, I think there was a bit of burnt umber and Payne's grey in there as well. The mountains and distant hills put in using the same colours, just to help push them right back into the distance. And then I dried the paper, if you remember, just so I got this really sharp edge all the way along this plane there. Put in really strong, you see then how it pushes that distant hill right the way back. Varied the tone slightly, so there's a little bit lighter there. And then another stronger one, just to keep it interesting really. We've got our rocks there, scraped out with the plastic card, just using the corner, and then a few more along the other side of the river banks. So I'll try to sort of preserve this light area coming down the middle, and then you can see how it reflects in the water, the lighter area from the sky, brushing in the darker sides, and then sort of in the centre here, dominated by these rocks. You can see if you sort of scrape it across, you sort of automatically get sort of lighter areas on the top and the sort of shadows behind it, just to help with that sort of illusion of light coming down. Well, I hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Any questions please ask, and I'll see you again soon.